You ever get tired of houses that all look the same? You know, in a world that's kind of searching for something real, something with character, there's a design making a huge comeback, but it's been totally reimagined for 2026. Okay, let's dive into the A-frame cabin and why it's become the dream escape that plugs you right into nature.
I mean, that quote just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? This isn't just about putting up walls and a roof. It's about creating an experience, a shelter that feels like it grew right out of the ground with the trees around it. So, how did this old-school design suddenly become the future of custom homes?
Well, we're in the middle of a full-blown A-frame renaissance, and it's more than just a passing trend, you know? It's really a response to this deep need we all have for simplicity, for spaces that have a bit of a soul. I think after years of feeling a little disconnected, people are craving that bond with nature, and this iconic triangle shape is just a perfect way to get there.
And the contrast is it's everything. On one hand, you've got your standard cookie-cutter house. It could be plopped down anywhere, totally disconnected from the world outside its walls. But the modern A-frame, it's the complete opposite. It's bursting with character, it's designed to be part of the land, and its shape literally echoes the mountains and the trees. It just feels like it belongs.
But let's be super clear here. This is not the dark, drafty, kind of spooky cabin you might remember from old family photos. Oh no. The A-frame has been totally transformed with modern engineering, amazing new materials, and a whole new way of thinking about light and space.
So what makes them so different now? Well, it's how all these new features play together. You walk into this incredible open-concept grand room with these ceilings that just shoot for the sky. And that feeling of openness gets amplified by these massive window walls that basically just dissolve the barrier between you and the outdoors. Then you've got the loft up top, this perfect little cozy sanctuary.
So, that's the list of features. But what does it actually feel like to be in one of these places? Honestly, it's kind of life-changing. The whole design is meant to bring the outside in. You can be sitting on your couch with a cup of coffee and feel like you're literally in the middle of the forest. The light, the views, that amazing height, it all just creates this incredible sense of peace. And this is the part that just blows my mind. You don't need a giant footprint to get that feeling. Because the ceilings can soar up to 20 feet high at the peak, a small cabin, say 1,000 square feet, can feel twice as big. It's all about that incredible vertical volume. It's just magic.
Okay, so we've covered the vibe, the feeling of it all. But what about the build itself? Beyond just looking beautiful, the A-frame is an absolute masterpiece of smart geometry. Its strength and its efficiency all boil down to some really clever, intentional design logic.
If you're going to remember one number from this whole thing, make it this one, 1212. This is the roof pitch, and trust me, it's the secret sauce that makes the A-frame so ridiculously strong and effective.
So what does 1212 even mean? It's just a simple way of saying it's a very steep 45-degree angle. And this isn't just for dramatic effect, it is so practical it's brilliant. In places that get a lot of heavy rain or snow, like the Appalachians, that steep angle means all that weight and moisture just slides right off. No leaks, no stress on the structure. It's simple, it's elegant, and it's incredibly efficient.
Of course, none of that matters without a solid foundation. And the key is to work with the land, not fight it. If you've got a flat piece of property, a simple slab might be all you need. But on a slope, a walkout basement is an amazing solution. You build the basement right into the hillside, which gives you a whole extra lower level that has its own door and full-size windows. It's a genius way to add space.
Okay, so once the bones of the structure are all figured out, we get to the fun part, making it yours. The modern A-frame is just the perfect canvas to express your own style, and the trends for 2026 are all about creating a space that feels like a true sanctuary.
Yeah, we're seeing this massive shift away from those sterile, all-white interiors. People want warmth and texture, so think rich, dark woods like walnut and earthy colors like terracotta that just make the space feel super organic and cozy. Another huge trend is creating what people are calling analog spaces, basically a tech-free zone, usually up in the loft, just for reading or talking. And the tech we do use, it gets hidden away so it doesn't mess with that timeless rustic vibe.
You know, the cool thing about an A-frame's footprint is that it kind of forces you to be clever with your space, which is a good thing. Every single inch has a purpose. You see all these brilliant solutions, like building storage right into the staircase, using really nice compact appliances, and tucking the kitchen and bathroom at the back to make the plumbing super efficient. And a big wraparound deck? Come on, that basically doubles your living space when the weather's nice.
All right, let's get real for a minute.
It's one thing to dream about it, but what does it actually take to build one of these? Let's talk about the practical stuff, the cost, the timeline, and the really important things you need to know before you even think about breaking ground. Okay, the big question. Is it cheaper to build than a normal house? Well, yes and no. The simple shape can definitely save you some money on framing, but those huge, gorgeous window walls and high-end finishes, yeah, those are going to be a big part of your budget. For 2026, you should probably plan for somewhere between $150 and $300 per square foot for a quality build.
So how long are you looking at? From the day you break ground to the day you move in, a typical build is going to take about 6 to 9 months. The first chunk of that is all about the foundation and getting that iconic frame up. The next few months are for buttoning up the exterior and doing all the interior finish work. It's definitely a journey, but it's a pretty manageable one.
So, to pull this all together, if you're serious about building one of these, you've got to nail 4 key things. First, that timeline. Just be realistic about the 6 to 9 months. Second, energy efficiency. A lot of modern A-frames use something called SIPs, or structural insulated panels. They're basically these pre-made sandwich panels of framing and insulation, and they make the cabin incredibly airtight, which means it's super cheap to heat and cool. Third, you have to be a master of your local building codes. And finally, and this is maybe the most important piece of the puzzle, you have to find a trusted local builder who really gets this kind of unique construction.
At the end of the day, building an A-frame is about so much more than just a construction project. It's about creating a place where memories are made. These homes are engineered with such precision, they're built to last for generations. It's efficient, it's beautiful, and it's absolutely timeless. So I guess the real question is, what kind of legacy will you build inside those walls?